Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's. What is this? What did I just do? Welcome to tonight's episode of
Who knows?
Ramblemancy. Um, wow, there's a lot of you. Y'all are
Hey.
just going ham in the chat. I saw Hessen. Hello, Geek Outs. Good to see you. Rose is here. Also, Turtle Lord. Enjoy your lurk. Um, I saw. Who else did I see? I saw Ninja Penguin Akemi. Hi. Littlest Drummer. Welcome, welcome. Um, there is an amethyst cat lady in our vicinity. There is also. That's it. That's all. That's everybody I saw. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome, one and all, to the gathering of the RambleFam. Okay.
Ooh.
Welcome indeed.
Welcome to this evening's
Hold on.
gathering.
I gotta podcast voice this.
Oh yeah.
Welcome everybody to the gathering of the RambleFam. Happens every week. We all just sort of show up and we ramble. Tonight we're gonna be talking about a little bit of everything. We're gonna be just here talking about. I'm gonna stop doing that.
Good. It was good.
Yeah, no, good. Excellent. A plus podcast voice.
Hey, thanks. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome. Spigs, hi. Good to see you.
Spigs.
Good to
Hello.
see you. Hello, hello. Well, it has been a week. This week, we came back
1 week.
to Infinite Horizon. Our first episode is up on YouTube right now. First episode of season 3. Our last first episode of Infinite Horizon.
What a sentence.
Yeah, what a sentence. Yeah, so you can go check that out now if you haven't already. I mean, like, not literally right now. Like, hang out here, or
Yes.
whatever. But whenever, at some hypothetical point, the teaser is not on YouTube. I don't know why that happened. Um, it because I didn't put it there. I I did not put the teaser on YouTube. I should. That's a good point. That's a good point. I should. Anyway, Rose, I feel like we've answered this question before.
hmm
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like,
we've
yeah,
we've 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 tread this territory
I feel like we've
before.
been over this, but
The
hey,
answer really is
we
just
just have a Haas follow, so let's get rid of that, shall we?
Oh.
ooh, what is it this time?
It's in there. You'll find it. Um, so, um, this is an excellent opportunity for me to explain what's going on at the bottom of the screen here. So, as many of you who were present during Infinite Horizon are aware, we are rolling out some alternative ways to support us as a result of all of the hate rating and such that is going on Twitch, with Twitch taking little to no action, where just sort of random people have been more successful with some stuff. So we are rolling out some alternative ways of supporting us. Um, Some of those ways you are already familiar with, Patreon and Coffee. Those are excellent ways to support us. But Streamlabs also just rolled out a monthly tipping, which essentially functions the same way as subbing here on Twitch, only we get everything instead of a 50-50 split. So you could pay less or the same amount and still be giving us more than Twitch does. So yeah, that is a thing that we're doing now. And right below us, this bar down there below Freeman is our current this month's donation goal. It's our tip goal. That is for a Jackbox party night hosted by John on our Discord server. So,
I
um,
cannot wait to see what wild TKO shirts y'all come up with.
yeah. So if we get that done, but before the end of the month, we'll have a Jackbox night in the Discord.
Mhm.
This is gonna be kind of what we're doing from now on, actually. Until such time as any significant change happens, which, even if it does happen on the front of hate raids and all that kind of stuff, probably not going to happen anytime soon with revenue splitting. So we're probably just gonna keep going. Um,
Yeah, until affiliates don't lose 50% of the money that they make to Twitch,
Right?
I think we'll
Listen.
probably just stay here.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably what we'll be doing for now. I mean, you can still sub on Twitch. I understand emotes are a thing. I might remove all of the emotes on Twitch so that there is no incentive to sub. But we'll burn that bridge when we come to it. But
There's some solutions that we can look into too
Yeah.
for emotes. So
yeah. So like for instance, turning the ability to buy emotes with channel points down super low, super low.
just one channel point.
One channel point to unlock
There
an
you
emote.
Nice.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
True.
Yeah.
You get like 12, you get like 10 channel points or some shit like every 15 minutes or
Yeah,
something. So you
exactly.
can unlock the emotes every single stream.
Exactly. So
Two emotes. One says don't, the other says some.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The third one says please, and the fourth one says tip.
So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We the progress that we've made so far was entirely done during Infinite Horizon, which is wild. Y'all are incredible. Thank you so much. So yes, you can finally spend your 20,000 channel points. It's gonna yeah. um anyway, that's kind of what's happening down there. So, if you feel so inclined, feel like you want to help support us and our endeavors here on this channel, it's an excellent way to do it. It's a better way than subscribing. Especially right now, I would listen. I'm going to say some words to you, and I want you to understand the meaning behind these words. It is currently September, and it would be a great time to subscribe to us on Twitch right here. Like no better time to subscribe to us on Twitch.
Do it.
Just, yeah.
Now, that was a good. Now that
So
was
anyway,
a good one.
Very, very convincing, Lucas.
Yeah,
Excellent.
you know.
A plus.
You definitely should not go and support us on other alternative things, like Patreon or Coffee or Streamlabs. So yeah, make of that what you will. All right, let us get into tonight. Oh, other important announcement. Two more. Sorry, I got two more. Number one. Tomorrow, there will be no Mass Effect in the Discord. Yeah, I'm not gonna be around tomorrow evening, so there will be no Mass Effect in the Discord tomorrow. You are welcome to hang out in the Discord tomorrow if you want. I literally have no say in whether or not you do that, so you can do it if you want to.
Spoilers: Lucas will actually be hunting Mitch.
Yeah, and we got another one.
No.
Yeah, so
Yep.
then what else? Also, Into Deep is sort of the return date for Into Deep is TBD. We will find out soon. Everybody, we just want to make sure everybody can come back at the same time, and that everybody is well rested and ready to go, so that they can focus on having an awesome time and making an awesome show. So, yeah.
Rule of Lores TBD D&D.
Oh.
Yep. Geekouts, thank you so much for totally totally supporting you via Twitch and not Streamlabs. Thank you very much. All right. So what are we doing?
That's a good question. I truly don't know. Rose says Mitch is gathering strength for the war, and I appreciate that no words in that sentence are capitalized. I just want to break this down for a second. Nothing in that sentence is capitalized except for the war, which is it's so ominous. It's so ominous. The power of capitalization is incredible.
Yes, that is correct.
As the resident copy editor.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did, just for those who have trickled in during announcements and for those who were just kind of there at the beginning, this was the fan that I teased on Twitter. I have had it for a little while. I don't think I showed it off last week, but I like it very much. It doesn't thwart quite as much as the other one, but this one does have the kind of bonus effect in that it's not a huge black fan, which makes my poor little web camera go like, oh no, the room is pitch black, I must compensate.
Yeah.
So it does have that advantage. Also, cool flower thing.
Nice.
Geekut says, John, I did a thing. Wait, the fires of Mousengard will spread, and the forests of Lucasborough and Freemanland will burn, and all that was once great and good in this world will be gone. There won't be a rule of law, John.
Damn.
Wow, that's incredible. That's potent. There's
a book series beautiful. Where when the talking mice speak, you can hear the capitalization. That's amazing.
I think that sounds like a sequel to Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, to be honest.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I agree, Hassan. That was amazing. Please never I love a good little bit of flash fic in the chat. Having never done that myself in anyone's chat ever. That's not a thing that I ever do.
That doesn't sound like a thing you would do. The fires of Isengard. Nope. The fires of Meisengard.
Hey!
Okay. Anyway. Jesus. Okay. Anyway.
I can smell your pants on fire.
That's impressive. That's more than 2,000 miles away.
Yeah, I'm not even wearing. I recently added a few things to my wardrobe, and unfortunately, they're all currently sitting in the dryer.
I thought you were gonna say I'm not even wearing pants. Like
you would have no idea. Actually, you guys did see me get up beforehand. You can confirm that I am wearing pants,
but chat has no idea.
Schrodinger's. I'm wearing Schrodinger's shorts.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Yeah. No, I have
some chapstick for that one.
I have some truly wild pants that I got a few weeks ago, and some pretty wild shorts. But unfortunately, both of them are sitting in the dryer right now, so can't show those off. Some other time when I get up and I'm just a scintillating rainbow of fabric.
And also John can't get up because then Twitch would ban us. The Twitch terms of service would,
Yeah, because I'm not wearing pants.
Wait, John goes shopping so fake. Koala, hello. Hi, Koala.
I was just thinking that I hadn't been roasted enough today.
Yeah. Except for by the fires of your own falsehoods.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's just
by the pants fire of your own falsehoods, consumed by the flames of dishonesty.
Wow, that's actually kind of that. I do like that. Consumed by the flames of dishonesty. That's I love that. I'm borrowing that one next time I need to be over the top about somebody being a liar.
Yeah.
Consumed by one's own pantaloons.
That's more like some eldritch shit going on right there, like pants mimics,
The worst mimic, right?
Is a
pair of trousers. Yeah. The wrong trousers.
Because the thing is, by the time you're already like halfway in. You're done.
Yep.
Like
you're waist deep in a mimic.
Yep.
Oh God, can you imagine a mimic that's a Kigurumi?
Oh no.
And now.
Oh my god! You put the whole thing on, and then you flip the hood up, and like the only thing left that is out is your hands and your face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Terrible.
I like
Go ahead.
that. Well, just coming up with weird mimics. I like that.
Weird mimics. I think like the most terrifying ones that I can think of are like
Ooh, yeah, terrifying.
chairs, beds,
especially beds.
like pillow, right? Like
yeah.
Let's see.
Anything to do with sleeping, like don't have,
oh yeah, don't even go there.
Yeah.
I had okay,
so like
spade. This is also a Littlest Drummer. I just have water in here. This is a fun color changing mug, but it's just cool water, so it's going to remain black. It's going to remain completely black. I was going to use my Buy and Tired mug, but I ate a snack out of it a few days ago, and so there's like Cheez-It dust in there, and that does not for a good drink make.
Yeah.
But
Nico says, I've been a bundle of hype ever since that PlayStation showcase yesterday. Yeah, see, so here's what I found out. That KOTOR remake also coming to PC.
Yo, we love cross-platform releases.
Yeah, we do. Because we as a society learned from the early 2000s when everybody thought that PC gaming was going to be overtaken by consoles, and a whole bunch of people lost a lot of money and had their corporations bought by other corporations because they failed. Anyway, you know,
if we release a console and then release a game that's only on that console, people will have to buy our console to play it. And it's like, turns out, no, they just won't buy your console.
As it turns out. Yeah. So
capitalism in that case tried and failed.
Yeah. So but yeah, no, I'm pretty hype about that. I woke up to that news this morning because Evan was the one who told me about it, and then I was like, yeah, it's cool, but like I ain't buying a PlayStation. and then this morning he sent me another message like, hey, so it's coming to PC as well. I'm like, hell yeah.
I remember when they were doing the PS5 like hype train, when they announced the console, they were like teasing so many cool games, and the whole time my thought was just like, so which one of these am I going to be sad about not being able to play for 5 years, and which one of these will I actually get to play?
Right. I haven't looked yet at anything about the Wolverine game. It looks. I've only seen like the screenshot, right? Like the one with like his hand on the table and like the blades coming out of his nooks.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, but like I haven't looked at anything else beyond that.
Is this Wolverine? Sorry, is this Wolverine based on the old Logan style Wolverine? Is this later on? I'm just curious. I haven't looked.
I don't know actually. I think it's not though.
Okay.
I think it's not. Literally just announcement teaser so far. Okay, cool. Ninja Penguin says there's one console I purchased for a game, but that was Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah.
I bought. This is the only console. This is the only console that I own. It's the only console that I've purchased since my brother and I bought an Xbox 360.
I just like have no interest in consoles, and it's because like I started playing PC games when I was like 6 years old. You don't just start playing console games after literally like, let's see, that is, I'm trying to think of, yeah, that's a number. I was gonna do some fractions. I've decided not to. John, my God.
Pants are there. Nope, you're good.
I realized that there was an empty box of Kleenexes just sitting in my background that I had not recycled yet, and I wanted it out of my camera.
So consoles are fun because you can. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can play games with your friends on a PC, but there's something about playing on a console, and everyone's got there's 2 or 3 people with a controller and just doing stuff on a couch, eating pizza and drinking some kind of soda. It's kind of just like a classic thing. Yeah.
My entire life in middle school was hauling Xboxes over to each other's houses on whichever kid's birthday it was. Hooking one Xbox up to one TV, hooking another Xbox up to another TV, and then playing Halo 2 until 6 in the morning.
Yep. Yep.
Ordering way too much Godfather's
Actually,
pizza.
the very first time I ever played Knights of the Old Republic was at a friend's birthday party, where he had it like so wild times. But there was okay, so most of you are old enough to remember video stores. Sorry, Koala. I'm just kidding. No, but like the video store here in town, we had a they also had like console rentals. So like you could rent like for like a week or two, you could rent like an Xbox or something like that. And so like my friend this guy did do that, and that's the first time I played Knights of the Old Republic was on the Xbox video store. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Family Video does still exist.
Mm.
Either that or the buildings are actually just the burnt out husks of a once great eldritch being that defy destruction.
Blockbusters are now all mimics.
Yeah. Any
know.
video store, I am a little bit afraid that if I walk in there, it's like it'll be like the Hotel California, and I'll never be able to leave.
Oh god.
Like I will walk out
Yeah.
and then I'll walk back in a few minutes later. Like I'll walk out and then I'll just find myself in the new releases section again. Like, wait a minute, wasn't I just here?
We like rented movies at a gas station. That's wild. See, that is having also once lived. I mean, I still live in a small town, but having once lived in an even smaller town, that is a reality there where you have multiple establishments that are themselves multiple establishments. It's a grocery store and video rental place and gas station and also a like auto repair shop, and it's like yeah.
And a church, all in one.
It's like
correct. It was rural Montana, so yes, it was
God,
like literally every public building is a church. Also, so
it's the small town equivalent of like the men's 5-in-1 shampoos, where it's supposed to be like shampoo, conditioner, body wash, shaving cream. Like, also, don't get those.
Listen,
Don't.
I will tell you
Right.
they were great in college, but when you don't live in a dorm anymore,
Yeah. When you have more than like 6 square inches for your hygiene products, like,
when you don't have to carry your stuff to and from the shower every single time, they're don't get them.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Especially if you have any kind of like skin condition. Like for me, I have eczema.
Oh, yeah.
And eczema is terrible for me because if I am testing out a product, I literally have to put a little dot of it on a part of my arm and see if if anything erupts. Otherwise, I'm screwed. So Dr. Bronner's for me all the way.
Yeah. This is welcome actually everybody to the first ever Rule of Lore beauty segment where we're going to be talking about...
I mean, we know how Mason took a shower, but now we're going to find out how we take showers.
So, parabens, don't do them.
No. You want to know how? Here's how I take a shower. I get in, stand in the hot water, space out for way too long, and then remember why I'm there and do everything I'm supposed to have done in the shower in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, actually, like for me, it's get in, get hair wet, put conditioner in hair, and then dissociate for about 10 minutes under the warm water. Remember
have
why
a bunch
I'm
of
here.
brilliant ideas that will immediately leave my brain the moment I turn the water off.
Exactly. Remember why I'm there. Shampoo, wash the conditioner off, wash the shampoo off, get out of the shower, completely forget why all of the brilliant thoughts that I had in there, never be able to sing that good again. And then go towel off and get dressed and ready for my day.
Exactly.
I know it's going to sound crazy, but I take cold showers. I can't do hot showers. And even the wintertime, cold showers all the way.
I'm sorry. First of all, I forgot to say, hi, Remy. Good to see you.
Hey,
Remy.
Secondly,
follow Remy on Twitter.
Secondly, Littlest Drummer, Matt says, "Have you ever been in the shower for so long the water gets cold, but then gets warm again because you've been in it for so long?" Yeah, me neither.
I'm not gonna
Mm.
say that I've been there, but I have actually. I know one of the times that I was there, and you would think that you wouldn't be able to do this in this situation, but I did. And it was one of the times that I was in the hospital, and I had had surgery recently, and I had not been able to shower for a very long time, for like I think almost a week, because I'd had like major abdominal surgery, and understandably, when you have an IV and an IV and all this other stuff going on with your body, you can't just go like and get yourself wet from head to foot for a risk of infection and everything else. So that first shower after like a week of basically having to take sponge baths, I just stood there and the water got like almost cold, and then the water heater kicked in again and it got warm again.
Yeah.
And that was the most like I feel human again experience I've ever had with taking a shower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever like squeegee the water off before using the towel to save the towel from getting too damp? I'm just curious, like just kind of just like and then Mhm. I did a demonstration as best I could.
Here's kind of going back to an earlier conversation though, because this is a thought that I had. Like, I and this might be like more of a testament to how rarely I left the house even before the pandemic, but like so things like video stores and like payphones and shit like that, right? I don't remember them taking them out. I just remember suddenly one day being aware that they just weren't there anymore. Anybody else have this experience?
Hmm.
Like, I never actually saw them removing any of those things or leaving. I just one day was like, wasn't there a payphone on this corner once?
Yep.
Or like, didn't
Yeah,
this used to be a video store?
Yeah.
I do remember that about payphones. Like payphone booths, I remember existing, and then like it seemed like overnight they were just
Mm-hmm.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure if I like, my dad works in transportation, like uh, in the Department of Transportation. I'm sure I could ask my dad and be like, so was there actually like, did city government actually just like over the course of like 2 or 3 days just get rid of all of them or what? Because I'm sure he would actually know.
Yeah. They still have payphones, but like they are unicorns. Yeah, exactly. Like every once in a while, I'll like happen across one.
I know that there's a telephone box on a very specific near a very specific subway entrance, or sorry, not subway, a very specific tube entrance in London,
Mm-hmm.
because it's painted blue and it looks like the TARDIS.
Right, right. Cool.
Mhm.
Lol, is that like FaceTime? Oh my god. Bree! Hi.
Thank you for the sub.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you for the
sub.
21 months.
There are payphones in like airports and some hotels, but that's about it. Yeah, like exactly. Like there's like some very specific places where you can still find them, but like the ones that were just sort of like around, they just disappeared one day. Like I just one day realized that they were
Yeah.
gone. Like I did not see them removing them. Um
There was a time when we were really into getting the number from the payphone, going to a location kind of close by. No,
You
I
you say
was.
we as if I was part of it. I just watched you do it. Like I never did this. I
No,
just
this was
watched
me.
you do that.
Okay, this was me. This was me.
Don't include me in your
Okay, you're right. In my
shenanigans.
crimes.
Don't don't
Yeah.
Well,
fucking
that was fun. That was fun. It'd be amazing how many people would pick up too. Like
I'm just
yeah.
realizing
That's a
I was
thing that could even if like today payphones just suddenly magically reappeared, that would never happen again because nobody fucking answers the phone.
yeah.
Nobody
True.
answers.
Damn.
I do appreciate Amethyst and Koala that we are on the same wavelength here. Like the I'm at a payphone,
Stop.
like that one. I'll stop right there. But
True. True geek outs. Lucas did not, in fact, stop me.
I didn't. That's true. But I also did not do it.
That's the important part.
I will answer the phone sometimes if I know who it is. Like, okay, so there's a gradient of will I answer the phone. And if it's a random unprompted call from like somebody that I usually communicate with almost exclusively over like Discord or like text messages, then like for instance, Lucas, if you called me, I'd be like, oh my God, someone died. And pick up the phone.
Legitimately, that one time when we were like going off air on Infinite Horizon and you were like calling me, I was like, what the fuck? And I like picked it up. You're like, hey, hi, yeah, mics are hot still. It's like, so they are.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know what it is about me actually calling people who are on stream, but there was one time I think when Bree was having tech issues and couldn't figure them out. I was like, no, I know how to solve this. Hold on, I'm just.
Yeah, there. Bree said, yeah, that's.
He did that for me. Yeah, there it is.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. I felt bad because I think a minute earlier I had given you a piece of not quite specific enough advice as to how to fix the problem, and then you terminated terminated a process instead of restarted it, and I was like, oh no.
This is an excellent point, Ninja Penguin. I wonder how to escape the Matrix without payphones. You can't. That's the reason. That's why. No.
Really, I bet that's the plot of the new Matrix movie.
That would be extremely disappointing if that was the
It's just all of the writers got super baked, and they're like, wait, payphones aren't around anymore, man. If we're setting this in like
yeah, but people still have landlines. It's fine. Yeah, people still have landlines.
That's true. I believe the exact words that you used were, there's a void on my screen.
Let's see. Remy says, I have the benefit of having an out-of-state phone number, so if I get a phone call from an area code local to where I actually live, I know it's probably real. Yeah, there you go. See, that's the problem. Like, I often have like calls with like the local area code, and I'm just like, this could be an important phone call, or it could be a scammer. And I usually am just like, if it's an important phone call, they can leave a message. Yeah. Even scammers do that sometimes, and I listen to them, and it's very fun sometimes to hear one new message. Important legal action will be leveled against you if you do not return this call at like delete.
Bye bye.
Yeah, Rose, your social security number has been compromised.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I get student debt ones all the time. Like, you qualify for a new refinancing rate on your student loan. I'm like, please don't try to buy.
That's very fun because so I get like mail, right? Like mail, like offers in the mail for yours, here's a great loan for your student loans. Nothing should stand in the way of getting your undergraduate degree. I'm like, bit late. Where were you 10, 11 years ago, buddy? Like, little late for that. You need to check your sources, my dude.
Yeah. Also, same. I do not listen to my voicemails. I do not leave me a voicemail. I will not listen to it. There is something that prevents, there are too many steps in the process of picking my phone up, calling my voicemail, entering my password, and then sequentially listening to every single voicemail that is in there now. That is just too much for my brain to comprehend, doing. And so I do not. Back when I had a different phone that allowed me to just push a play triangle, like I could basically just open the voicemail app and push a play triangle and listen to it, I would actually listen to my voice messages, but there are now too many steps between me and listening to them.
Yeah. People totally have landlines, because here's the thing. As it turns out, oh, hey, Angel Citadel. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? I popped in for a little while, but I had to like quickly come over here and get ready. Good to see you all. Yeah, no, like people totally have landlines because as it turns out, there are some places where cell service is unreliable.
Yeah.
And some of
Yeah.
those places are people's houses where they live.
Hmm.
Um I say, having never had this experience before.
Does not sound familiar to
Mm,
me.
mm-mm, mm-mm. I definitely don't live in a geological bowl where surrounded by
Uh,
trees and like all kinds of weird shit.
Mountains and
Mountains, yeah. Mm-hmm.
water.
Yep. All right. Let's see what we got. After a long day of killing the Covenant, we needed what we needed was a little Ramblemancy. I understand. I
Nice.
understand.
Hmm.
I hear this is very specifically how Master Chief likes to wind down is
Hmm.
watching Ramblemancy. Um,
Sponsored by Master Chief.
not Halo. Literally the guy Master Chief.
Yeah, literally. Also sponsored by Doom Guy.
Holy shit! You live in a bowl. Are you cereal? I'm so serious. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna
In fact,
stop. I'm
in
so
fact,
sorry.
you
I
might
didn't
even
couldn't
call
even
it,
finish that. I couldn't even finish that. I have to apologize. I have to apologize.
in fact, a cereal bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Spig says I work on an aircraft carrier. The cell service stinks. All that steel. Yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
I could totally see that. Um,
I've also found reception in hospitals terrible,
yeah,
so bad.
yeah. Also, reception at
Hmm.
Gen Con.
Yeah. Oh my god, that I think
There's,
is in part because there are just too many people, and like it's not that the conventions. It, I mean, some parts of the convention center
Oh
certainly
yeah,
have
just
horrible
dead zones.
service,
Yeah.
but also just the fact that there are fucking 60,000 people in extra people in Indianapolis that
mhm.
weekend, like the literal network bandwidth can just not handle that many people googling dice rollers. uh
And also Gen Con event schedules. Um,
yeah. And using, oh my god, there's got to be so many people using maps to get, like, maps and Uber and Lyft to get around
oh God,
town, like.
Mhm.
yeah, and trying to and like being like, hey, I'm outside of this thing. Where's that thing that you said you were gonna be?
Like,
Where
and
are
I even
you?
remember,
Yeah.
I remember even like trying to call people to do exactly that, and it would sometimes, like, sometimes the call would not go through, which
Hmm.
is an experience I'm unused to. Like,
Yeah, just
it
like
would
the
take
AI,
longer
like
to
the
dial.
AI voice would come over and be like, no, and that's it. That's all they would say. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
when I don't have reception, I simply pass away. I know, Koala. I know. Um, uh, everyone, uh, everyone. No, I'm not gonna say that. Everyone born after the year 1998 lives an impermanent existence dependent on cell reception. Um, if it
Cell
doesn't
reception in
exist,
the.
you just simply vanish and never to reappear until the next time cell service graces the area.
Mhm.
This is a true science fact. Don't Google it because it's really, really true. And if you Google it, it's
Rose, Rose, a friend of
people
earlier tonight.
report
I was talking to a friend earlier tonight, and she was at the doctor's office getting a cast changed out for a broken arm, and some kid was called up, and they're like, "When were you born?" And the kid was like, "This day in 2014," and I was just like, I don't, that makes me feel things.
I think this is the appropriate response, Koala. They were. It's upsetting. Yeah. Yeah.
The thought that there is somebody capable of speech that was born in 2014 is frankly just wild to me.
Mm-hmm. 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 One of my kids was born in 2014. I don't believe
Well,
you, Hessen. I don't think that's true. I don't think. I don't. I think.
source.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's first grade. No, that's definitely not true. Um, people hear my age and they think it's like, all right, like I'm young, but whatever. Then I tell them the year and they lose it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like conceptually, I understand that there are people who between the ages of like 0 and like 18 who exist. I conceptually understand that, but like if you telling me the years that those people were born, I cannot process that. It's not. Yeah. Nope. Not a thing. Um, I know I can like hear the people in the chat who are like significantly older than us. Like I can hear the responses right now, going like, "Oh wow, yeah, tell me more about how old you feel."
Yeah.
I can just hear like Spigs right now.
It'll only get worse.
Yeah. Oh, I'm fully well aware of this. That'd be us. Yeah, I know. I know.
The littlest drummer can confirm my daughter was born in 2019 and can count to 16 better than I can.
Nope. That's not it. I can't process that information. I'm sorry.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, what is something is in my eye?
Yeah.
Remove it immediately.
I hope so.
Because okay, look, it's only fair that we share this experience. All right, it's only fair, but the year that I was born was 1992, so it's only fair that we share the experience here a little bit, you know.
Oh my God.
Me 38 listening to 20 somethings discover that life finds a way.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I just
certainly some things find a
That's
way.
like that.
That's
like, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me, Freeman, of when we were at Gen Con last, and there was like we were staying with a bunch of people, and a bunch of them had gotten really drunk,
really blasted.
We came back after that, after a long full day at the con, and the guy, we were like talking about a bunch of stuff. Like everybody was like laying in bed, and it was just like talking drunken conversations. And one of the guys was like, "Wait a minute!" Like I think one of us made a reference to like our age or whatever, and he's like, "Wait a minute, how old are you guys?" And I was like, "Oh, I think at the time I was like 27." He's like, "27? Fuck you!" It's like,
yeah, it was the best.
27? Fuck you! I thought you were like 21, 20 or something. I was like, no, my dude.
See, that's an experience that I get to have for fucking all eternity until I'm like 60.
He was just like, man, this whole time we've been calling you the kids. We're like, where the kids at? And like, he's like 27. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, he was funny.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I laughed really hard after that.
It was one of the. I remember just like crying, laughing while laying in bed because it was just so funny.
27.
Oh God. Yep.
Yeah, and my coworkers think I'm like 26, but I'm in mid 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've been unironically asked where I'm going to school in the last month. I've been asked what I'm studying. I wasn't even wearing a college shirt at the time. I was wearing something like this, like just like a pullover, and jeans. You know, I do carry around. Hold on, Twitch TOS again. Shield your eyes, everyone. But like, you know, I carry around like this.
Well, you've done it to yourself then, John.
Yeah, like I carry the bag around a lot, but it's just because like I have to carry the bag around because it has my ostomy supplies in it. And so if I'm going to carry those around, I might as well have other shit that's useful.
Right, really important day-to-day stuff that you need, like your polyhedral dice, your
so important.
Other
especially the
stuff.
D4s. If you need to run away and you need to drop some steel D4s behind you.
I genuinely blanked out on the kinds of things that I normally carry on a day-to-day basis. Sorry, I just saw
an extra fan just in case, couple of books,
yeah.
my
Right.
water bottle, some ibuprofen and Tylenol.
I just saw Josh said, I feel like I need to get one of those wicker rocking chairs now for my porch so I can yell at people to get off my lawn. I think it's like a I think those are actually those come to you. Like the government provides those to you once you hit. I want to say it's like 50s somewhere in that region. I don't know. I think those are like subsidized by the government. Everybody gets those at some point.
I think I made
really
one.
enjoying the Abercrombie #and John chant going on in chat right now.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I will have you know, actually, that I do most of my shopping at Kohl's and Forever 21. So
Well,
sweet.
that's a good thing because I have no idea where to even get them. True, yeah, no. They might not even be like government subsidies. I think they just one day just manifest once you reach a certain either a certain age or a certain like mental age, right? Like it's either like chronological age or mental age. It just sort of manifests. And if you don't have a porch for it to manifest on, a porch will also manifest. I think that's how it works.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
I'll take the porch.
The way that it works is you go downstairs and you're kind of, or like, you go to wherever you store stuff in your house, you're kind of rummaging through it and you're like, wait, when did I get this lawn chair? And it's just there. And then you're like, okay, well, I got to move this. I'll go set it on the porch. And then you realize that you don't have a porch and you walk out and there's the porch.
Does it come with iced tea too? Some iced tea.
So like the Santa Claus and chimneys.
Yeah,
This
there's
is an
some sun
incredible
tea out there.
comparison. Yes, it's exactly like the Santa Claus. It's exactly like that. Ninja Penguin says, when I lived in Japan, I confused people thinking I was 12 and like mid-30s in the same day within 2 hours of each other. Yeah, that's a wild thing. Like so after Infinite Horizon, Drac and I, we went off on a rant about Doctor Who, as we often do. And like one of the things I think, speaking of Doctor Who, one of the things that I think is so interesting about Matt Smith during his run is he just had this incredible capacity to look like barely 20 something and then literally in the next scene look like a 60-year-old man just by like his facial expressions and the way that he like his physical, like his body language. It was incredible. I love Matt Smith.
Yeah, Matt Smith's ability to emote, like the way that he could go from being like so energetic to just seeming like he was 10,000 years old in a split second was incredible.
Like truly an amazing cast for the Doctor. Like,
yeah. I really
you gotta.
He was my first
Yeah.
Doctor, and so has remained my favorite, I think. But
Well, I don't know. Does Matt Smith did any like theater, like live theater? Because I feel like
he did. Yeah.
I feel like you get a lot of that. You study a lot of that in theater when you take theater in school, or you do a lot of like theater shows. That's a big thing because there's a lot of people who can't necessarily hear you, so you have to emote.
Yeah.
You have to act with your
Also,
absolutely.
I love Nico says you get a foldable camping chair at 35. It also comes with a visor. That foldable camping chair also comes with a visor at 35. That's what I heard.
Yeah, like Freeman said, there's there's always just somehow mysteriously a big pitcher of sun tea being made out there. And let's see, any other things we're missing? Oh yeah, big old just ancient golden retriever or a lab out there asleep on the porch.
And a corn husk pipe.
Yeah, I legit knew somebody in college who made those.
That's cool.
Like he did not smoke out of it. He did not smoke, period. But he made he just liked to make them. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Respect.
Matt Smith did theater after health issues kept him from becoming a footballer. That's cool.
I did not know that. That's incredible.
Really cool.
That's really
that's so good. Koala, no.
The first season of the new Doctor Who came out the same year I was born, but I would watch like reruns. Oh boy.
I don't like that.
Koala, and you wonder why we wind up having the conversation about how old we are every time you march in.
I don't like that.
Sorry to break the news. I appreciate at least your remorse, but also I don't believe you.
It's from the same year as YouTube. Koala, stop. Stop.
I will time you out.
Love it.
Oh God.
Awesome.
Yep. Yep.
Accept your fate. No, I will not.
Oh my God.
Viejocito en chancla. Gigat says, I have become that viejocito en chanclas all the time. I know you talk about your chanclas a lot. Anytime that somebody needs to take care of them, you take care of them. You're like, I will get my chanclas.
Yep.
Amethyst, I already know I'm dying. Okay. Calm down, Amethyst.
Saw 2 came out 2 days after I was born.
Oh, those movies are, I'm just going to say, those movies are terrible, but I binged as many as I could in one night. I had binged about 5 from about 10 until 5 in the morning.
I don't think I've ever gotten through more than 20 minutes consecutively of a Saw movie. I'm going to be honest.
Actually, neither do I. Come to think of it,
bad.
I also don't think I have.
Same is true of like Final Destination. I think all that I've ever seen is like one from one commercial break to another's worth of a Final Destination movie.
I know so many people who have never seen a single Final Destination movie, and yet all of us had the fear of God put into us about trucks with logs on the back of them. Every one of us. I challenge you to tell me otherwise.
Every single one of us, just like, we're being driven somewhere by our parents on like vacation or like a road trip or something, and there's a big fucking semi with some logs or pipes on it, and we're just like, oh no, it's gonna happen. This is how I die.
Yep. That and The Descent. The Descent also did that, because isn't there like a thing in The Descent where like a pipe, that one of the endings for The Descent where like a pipe skewers somebody from like goes through the windshield and something like that. I don't know. I only watched that movie once, and that was enough for me. Like the beginning of it was great, and then it just sort of devolved into like gore porn for the rest of the movie, and that's where they lost me.
Yeah. That's what that's where shit like that, like that's where like thrillers or horror movies always lose me, is it inevitably descends into just like, people getting hurt in increasingly stupid ways.
My favorite scene in the Descent, an incredible moment, just like I still get like chills from it, right? Is that moment where they're like arguing, and like one person is like, you're seeing through the view of the camera, because that's where like what has like the night vision, whatever, and sort of like going around, and they're like talking, going between people, and then you hear something, and they're like, what was that? And then it pans over, and you see one of those like Gollum looking motherfuckers like scrambling up the wall. It's just like, it's still
gets was me. Good.
It was a great moment.
Oh God,
great moment. But the rest of the movie did not hold up to that moment.
You didn't need like all the gore to take place in that. You just needed you're descending underground. So there's that. That's pretty terrifying. There's claustrophobia, because all those tunnels are usually not really intended to fit in. So you have to make yourself fit in ways, and you have to contort yourself. So claustrophobia is a thing.
Yep.
And then there's also the whole thing where a lot of it is being filmed from the person's perspective of the camera, and it's in night vision, so there's that. And then there's the little golem creature. But after that, that's good. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Don't need any gore. Thank you very much.
Yeah. At that point,
redo it.
Like I was invested. Like I was like, it was very tense, and then all of a sudden, all the tension got let out when like there was like the gore porn, and I like just checked out. I was like, all right, well, here we are.
It's one of those things. Okay.
One of them literally falls in an entire underground lake of blood. Like, totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just my facial journey here, just upon hearing that and going like, reminds me of, unfortunately, like I played a lot of Path of Exile, and sometimes that game would really go in on skulls and blood. I remember there's one zone in Path of Exile where the temple is just like every available space that is not walkable is just a lake of blood with. I'm just like this is with blood elementals or the monsters that appear in the zone, and I'm like, this is a bit much.
Nico says it's not just blood, it's also piss and shit. It's like their disposal site. I believe that I also remember seeing like bones and like body parts in it too. So yeah. Yep.
Dear God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That makes it so much better.
The thing with stuff like that is that I go from like, oh God, this is terrifying, to then going like, ugh. And then after like those few moments of then I'm just like, really?
You're like, just like
this again.
Yep.
Wow, this scene is still happening, isn't it?
Still going, huh? All right.
Oh wow, and we're screaming some more, and oh yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
we sure are here.
This is the thing. Okay, so I don't remember if I've gone on my horror rant before. It's not really a rant.
Maybe
It's more just like opinions about horror.
Hmm.
Like I I really like when when like a horror movie or something, or like show in some cases, is like about something where like the point is not just to like create shock value and whatever, because and the ways that you can tell those is the ones that are not utilizing or like aren't leaning on aren't using gore or jump scares as crutches, right?
Yeah,
Those are the ones that I can tell like those are the ones that like as like essentially a replacement for actually telling a story about anything.
Mhm.
And like there's one movie, I know I've talked about this before, it's a Spanish film, it's called The Orphanage. It's one of my favorite spooky movies. It ends with like has a weirdly wholesome, very sad ending, but like yeah, like I love stuff like that. And it's one of the reasons why I think it has been so compelling for such a long time, right? Because that's a story, it's a coming of age story, right? It is a coming of age story where like the fears represent like the fears of the kids growing up, the fears of becoming an adult, right? Like that's a movie about something. There's just yeah. I don't know. There's just I like when when my horror is about something as opposed to just an excuse to just pump a lot of like shock value at you, and trick you into thinking that you had like using your own body's chemicals to trick you into thinking that you had a fun positive experience.
yeah, yeah. Chad is having a visceral reaction to you talking about this film. Matt or Geekouts and Rose are just like, I have nightmares now.
Yeah.
Like still.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. What did Matt say?
Not to be confused with the American film The Orphan, because I hated that movie.
I don't think I saw that.
Don't. It's terrible.
Good. I won't.
It's bad. But The Orphanage is. I like that movie.
That is good.
Yeah. There's a fun B movie about genetically modified cicadas which become flesh and metal eaters. It was terrible and fun as hell. See, that sounds incredible. I love that.
That sounds wild.
Um,
It's like the origins, like that's like an alt origin story for the replicators in Stargate, you know, like
yeah.
I'm kind of into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Geek said, so true story. There's this regional grocery store that I used to shop at all the time. They used to have their department signs made of a huge piece of sheet metal and then welded metal letters onto that. I was always afraid of the support wires snapping and the signs cutting me in half.
Yeah.
Big old guillotine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uno, dos, tres, toca la pared. Yeah, exactly, Rose. Exactly. Yep. Why do I suspect this crowd would enjoy Zombievers? Because we probably would.
Yeah, I think we probably would.
Mm-hmm. You know what's a great? I think I've talked about this before, but you know what's a great movie? One of my favorite zombie films of all time, Freeman already knows what I'm going to say. It's Cockneys versus Zombies.
So good.
Such a good movie.
Just the title. Oh
It's
my
so
god.
funny. It's
Hands
incredibly funny,
down.
but also like the thing that immediately like pulled me in, right? At the time, zombie media was like pretty tired in the way that it was presented. It still is, but like it's sort of a little bit coming back around where it's like you're tired, but then you push through it and a little bit. We're not quite there yet, but the point is at the time it was everywhere, right? We're talking like the late 2000s, early 2010s. Zombie media was fucking everywhere. Okay? It was becoming less and less believable in zombie films. That when the first zombies showed up, people didn't know what they were because of how just like prevalent they were in pop culture. It was becoming less and less plausible. And so this movie, literally the very first time the main characters see one, they're like, "Oh fuck, it's zombies!" And then I think somebody actually says, "Shoot him in the head" or "Aim for the head" or something like that. So like,
Yeah.
from the beginning of the movie, like there was none of this like fumbling around, being like, "What are you? Why won't you die?" thing. Like they were just like just knew. Anyway, yeah. That was the moment where like I was like, all right, I'm in. Freeman knows we were watching it together. Like we were just like, yep, okay,
We're sold. Yep.
we're sold.
Sold.
Like if this movie goes sharply downhill from here, it does not matter because we had this moment.
Exactly.
I think we led with this, and that has bought my attention for the rest of this 2 hours.
There's also an incredible scene where there's like an elderly person who's trying to run away from zombies, but he's using a walker and is very slow, but the zombies are also very slow, and it's a very like a slow motion, like a slow chase. It's extremely funny. Just there's that movie just in general is very funny.
Definitely recommend it.
If you can find it. It used to be on Netflix. I don't think it is anymore. But yeah.
Koala says, I want to watch Shaun of the Dead, but I can't find it anywhere. Oh,
yeah.
Or refusing to call them zombies at all. Walking Dead.
That's why I like Z Nation, because Z Nation, they literally call them zombies. They know what's going on. We all know. Just yeah, because the Walking Dead, they're like, oh well, we can't call them zombies because then everybody will dismiss us. Yes, that's the reason they dismissed you, The Walking Dead. That's the reason. Anyway.
Nico said, video games deliver on horror so much better for me. And I will say that's generally true for me. For whatever reason, when I'm playing a video game, I am less likely to think to myself, I could just turn the lights on and push pause, and push the pause button and it'll all be okay. But also I tend to be, I think, sucked into the experience of playing, especially a new game, sucked into that experience more. I've been playing Metroid Fusion again. Lucas knows this. I've been playing Metroid Fusion
John,
again.
I think everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody knows that. If you've listened, anybody who's tuned into this show in the last 2 weeks or followed me on Twitter knows that I live in Metroid land right now, because Dread is coming out next month. Not sponsored, by the way. And I'm very excited for it. But just like there's so many times going through that game where I just feel, it's not that I feel fear in the moment, it's that I feel the echoes of the fear that 13-year-old me felt playing that game for the first time, like walking out of a room and the whole screen shaking and there being the sound of an explosion in the distance. And then just like quickly morphing into a ball and hiding in the corner and waiting for 5 minutes, just like with the volume at max, sitting there like listening for any sound of footsteps from like the altar Samus, like it's gonna fucking come kill me, isn't it? Terrified.
That's a good point, Geekouts. That like that that term comes from the comics, and that's fair. But also, I will say that they are not the only zombie media to do that, and the others don't have the the excuse of a comic behind them, unfortunately. So, but that is an excellent point. Edgefit says, personally, most horror games are too slow for me. The only survival game I like is Alien Isolation. That is a good point. That's my kind of criticism of horror games, is that it's done well is a really, really hard line to walk. Because on the one hand, you have what you're talking about, Edge of It, which is that they're way too slow and nothing's ever happening. It's all atmospheric. On the other hand, you have, I apologize. I have like no shade for liking Alien Isolation. I personally didn't enjoy it because I think, John, you were watching me play it at one point, but
Yeah, I was.
it has like the problem that I think a lot of horror games have, which is what did Koala do?
What happened
What
to
happened
Koala?
there?
Koala in trouble.
Trouble.
Oh god. Alien Isolation, it ran into the problem that I think a lot of horror games run into, that at a certain point it became about like just you insta die and then you just replay the same sequence over and over again, and it becomes less about like surviving and more about like how many times it became just basically like a numbers game. For me personally, like that's kind of how I felt about it. And it's not just Alien Isolation. I won't like single that game out. It's just there's so the thing with horror games is there's that line to walk that I don't think any game does particularly well. At least none that I've played. No horror game that I've played does that particularly well. Of being like way too slow, or being that kind of thing where you get into like a death cycle where it's just like it becomes less about trying to figure out like a clever solution to get through it, and just like how many times can I do the thing that I know I have to do in order to like succeed at this.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's also something to be said, like there's a certain amount of powerlessness that is necessary for the horror genre as a whole that's hard to pull off in video games. Like you have to walk this razor thin line of the player is powerless, but also you're playing a video game.
Yeah.
You need to be able to live out some kind of power fantasy and feel like you have agency.
And that said, though, what I did like about Alien Isolation is that the atmospheric work that went into creating that game, absolutely incredible. Like, just perfect. I was scared even when nothing was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part of the game that I liked. I liked that part of the game. The part where I'm like sneaking around going like, oh shit, is it here? What's going on? But like those sequences where like there is like this one room, there's only one way through it, there's only one way to get through, and it's literally just, can you outrun the thing? And the answer is no, unless you do it enough times that you just get lucky once. The sounds and stuff in Alien was so much like the movie. Yeah, no, it truly was. They did such a good job with like the atmospheric stuff in that game. All the suspense building was so good. Like they did a great job with that in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, Littlest Drummer mentioned, I remember playing Slender Man with an ex super late at night in college, and him calling me a baby because I was scared. Like, absolutely not. No, I tried watching someone else play that game, and I couldn't take it. I was like, nope, I'm out. I cannot. I'm gone. I'm gone. I do not want this.
Is that the one where you're collecting the notes on the tree, and then the
yeah, and then you keep seeing them,
and you keep you
have like a flashlight, and that's the only shit that you get.
I saw someone mention, Edgefit mentioned Dying Light was great, the horror, but also parkour. Ooh. Yeah, so here's the thing. Cool. I gave Dying Light a chance. I didn't like it, but I think it would be way more fun playing it multiplayer. That's what I think would make that game fun, for me anyway. Because there were some things about it that I just like. Like there's a particular like sequence in the story where like it intentionally gets you stuck outside at night, just to be like, this is what happens at nighttime, and I'm going to teach you what to do about this. Is like the tutorializing conversation we had last week. Is basically that, and that made me angry because I was like, I know what happens. I don't need to see it for myself. Like if I get caught out here as a result of my own bad decisions, I'm fine with that. But if you make me get caught here as a result of the story, I'm going to be upset with you because now I have to deal with this situation and I don't have the preparation necessary. But like with other people, I think it would be really fun. Like terrifying, but super fun. day-night
yeah.
cycle mechanic. Yeah, it is cool. That is a very cool
Mhm.
thing. Story was
Amethyst
but
said,
the gameplay was sick. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, Amethyst said, for a long time, the unicorn blood scene in Harry Potter 1 scared the hell out of me. Also, yes, fuck turfs. But yeah, no, even reading that scene as a kid, I was like weirded out. And then when I saw it in, like, it was pretty PG in the movie, and I still was just like, I don't like that.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see. There was there's a game that was surprisingly terrifying considering the style of game that it is. Any of you know about the game called The Witch's House?
Witch's
It's
house.
like it is like a top-down 8-bit style kind of like it's surprisingly scary. I don't remember much of it, but I did watch a YouTuber that I won't mention by name here because he's actually kind of a jackass, as he revealed himself to be. But I watched him play that back a while ago. It's
I've seen screenshots and stuff from it.
yeah. I kind of want to play that game. I
Yeah.
completely forgot that it existed until this moment, but yeah. Because it's basically like a puzzle game when you're wandering through the witch's house. And is that the one with the twist? I don't know, because I don't think I actually finished watching the playthrough, so maybe. um
Everyone just remembers to hydrate.
yep.
Is that an M on your mug, Freeman?
It's a no. This is a
Okay.
Stanley. This is a Stanley mug.
Oh, okay.
It does kind of look like an M actually if you're far enough away, like the mug was. It's a bear with wings
Right.
or
Okay.
cape.
Right. I just like my brain autofills M shapes now on like any kind of
does.
logos or branding because of where I live, and the University of Minnesota is here, and so there are gophers and red and gold and big old red and gold M's everywhere.
Wait.
So I just see them everywhere.
Sorry. Nico, best horror game of all time is PT. PT, help me out. I am somehow a demo for a canceled game still completely outranks anything else that has ever been made.
Yeah, I don't.
Playable trailer, The Silent Hills That Died. Okay, I don't think I know about this.
Oh, okay. Somebody downstairs is cooking something, and it smells very good. I ate today. Like I ate. Oh no, that was about 6 o'clock. That wasn't that long ago.
No, I've actually never have heard of PT.
No, we are 3 of today's lucky 10,000. Dang.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I can say with 100% certainty that this is the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah, no, that's I think this truly this is truly the first time.
I did see it, Amethyst, but thank you for bringing it back because I did forget that you said that. I knew I was missing something when I scrolled back up. Things that were scary to you as a kid, but not so much anymore.
Yeah.
This was a topic on previous Ramblemancy, but when I was a child, I was afraid of cows, which is very unfortunate because I grew up in Montana on a cattle ranch. My parents had a livestock business where they raised and sold cows.
Oh no.
There were like, I want to say it was like 250 of them, of ours, but then there were our partners. They also had like a whole, anyway, cows were everywhere is my point. Like cows were everywhere. Yep.
This is kind of a weird one. Something that I was scared of when I was a kid, not anymore. Big empty suits of armor. because I had as a child this weird recurring nightmare about like this big like actually the best way that I can describe this is if you can imagine what's the name of that automaton from the Thor movie that had like shoots fucking fire beams out of its face, that is like the antagonist for the first Thor movie. Big metal suit of armor with fire in it. Basically, I had this recurring nightmare about essentially that, but it had like just this weird like hollow human face, like holes where the eyes and mouth and nose should be, and just full of flames. And I don't know why that was a recurring nightmare that child me had, but it super weirded me out about like big empty suits of armor for many years. And then I had a particular instance of the nightmare where like something happened and the thing went away, and then I just never like the fear also ended with that, and I never had the dream again. But I viscerally remember this recurring nightmare that I had, and I can remember the last one that I had, and so that was a strange fear of mine as a child. Suits of armor. And now I'm super into fantasy, and I've been to a bunch of museums full of just like various like different kinds of armor. The Destroyer, thank you. I was gonna make a Destroyer joke, but I will no longer do that. Thank you. I appreciate your restraint, Koala.
I don't know if I had any like long term like this is a thing that I was afraid of, right? Like I don't know if I ever had anything like that. I would just have things that like I'd have like a particularly like visceral nightmare, and then I was afraid of one specific thing for a long time, and then that would go away after a while, and then I wasn't afraid of it anymore. But I don't think I ever had like specific things that I was afraid of. Jesus Christ. Well, here we are.
Thank you, HFit. Derpanduin. Actually, speaking of Thor, have you seen the character design for God of War Ragnarok?
We were having this
I haven't
conversation.
seen it
We were
yet.
having this conversation earlier today.
Yeah, literally, like in like the half hour before we went live, it was one of the things that we were talking about. I think Lucas, you said something like, "Can we have a video game release that doesn't
just immediately cause the discourse TM?" Like, can we just say like, "Hey, cool," and move the fuck on? Can we not just do that? God.
Just once.
What about like movie things though? I mean, not really. I don't know. I just didn't have like stuff like that. It's not how social media works. I know.
Listen, I live on it because that's the life of a content creator.
The trolls have been deprived of IRL people to torment. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think what is it called? It's with the it's an animation. It's with the rabbits. Watership Down.
Oh yeah, Watership Down.
That scared me as a kid, and then I watched it like 4 years ago again, and I was like, I see why I was scared as a kid, but now this is just really cool. And now the mouse Mitch has grown wings. By the way, I can see.
No,
I knew this was happening.
I'm smelling like smoke, but like cooking smoke, like somebody is like grilling meat or something like that. And I think it's coming in through my back door, but it also might be coming in from the kitchen, so I don't know.
So both you and John have people cooking.
Yeah, it also might be something actually on fire in this room, so I'll be right back.
Fair enough. Yeah, Watership Down's all right. They actually did a remake, I think, which I have not watched. They made a remake, I believe. I think. But the original is, I think what scared me the most was the style of animation, and some of the narration was kind of spooky. I mean, it's kind of a spooky story, but it's not like, I watched it a few years ago and I was like, oh, I can see why this scared me as a young child, like 6 or 7, but it's actually a really good story.
Yeah.
So and apparently a good book.
Lucas, that's not the facial expression that I love to see.
So here's the thing. It's not coming from outside, from the open door. It's not in this room. It's apparently also not coming from the kitchen, but I can still smell it. And I don't know what that means, but
I don't
Okay.
love that.
maybe I'm
I don't love that.
maybe I'm just having a stroke. I don't know.
Maybe you are on fire right now.
No, we can't go off camera because sorry, that's a shot at The Expanse season 5.
Yeah, can't go off camera or else you might have a main character like die off screen from a stroke.
What does it smell like, by the way?
It literally just smells like the smoke from like grilling meat.
Wow.
That's literally what it smells like. So it smells like a grill.
Mitch about to roast your ass.
Oh, I see.
That's just Mitch lighting up his flamethrower.
Yeah.
Mitch has gathered the army.
The beacons are lit. Sorry. It's like the fucking mice in this place, just like
Mitch has called for aid.
Mecha Mall Mayor Mitch.
I love it. I'm just imagining like mini pyres going like starting throughout the land, like mini like mouse-sized
like the
pyres.
same sequence in Lord of the Rings, like this epic like sequence of like pyres lighting across the countryside, and then it smash cut to like some people in their yards being like, "The fuck is?" Like looking at
What the
just
hell
like
is
these
going-
little tiny little flames. Like the fuck is what?
Billy, I told you to put the sparklers out in the cup of water.
But is it just the interior of Lucas's walls?
I don't like that thought.
Like all of the beacons are inside the walls.
Having a barbecue party.
If there's any kind of fire inside these walls, we're done. Like it's over for me. Like it doesn't matter. Like the whole place is going up. So
Listen, what's actually gonna happen? What's actually gonna happen is you're gonna peel off like a sorry, TOS again.
I wasn't gonna say
You're
it.
gonna peel off like a section of drywall to find that there's just like half a dozen like baby mice running around in there, and then there's a few other mice just sitting around a little folding table, and there's a little grill set up, and a mouse wearing this shirt is going to be sitting there just like fucking grilling. A little
can they be
portly
playing?
little mouse.
Can they be playing poker
Yeah.
too with like cigars in their mouth?
Yeah. Like there are a few other wearing shirts like this that are playing poker with cigars in their mouths. There's a couple in the background that are like playing playing cornhole.
And they just look over and be like, "Oh, hey neighbor, you want one? I can put another one on for you." Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, that would be real nice.
Welcome to the space in my head. It's truly a wild place.
Mm-hmm.
80s 90s pop song remake play. Yeah, there's Kids Bop on a little boombox play.
Oh well, goodbye. No.
Yep.
I think I could have gone another 10 years without thinking about Kids Bop. But here we are.
Which is unfortunate because we will probably go another 10 years with Kids Bop existing. So that's just like a cockroach. It does not go away. It does not die.
Yeah.
Didn't Kids Bop do WAP? Like,
It sure did.
Oh.
How?
The only
How
way
do
they
you do
can.
that? How do you
Poorly.
G-rate? How do you G-rate that? How do you G-rate that?
You don't. Come on. Let's
can't.
not. You just can't.
Listen. It's uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Well, it is it's 8:30.
It sure is. We're going out on Kids Bop, unfortunately.
Oh my god, that's worse than butt puns, honestly. That's worse than the butt puns.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at the... Oh, sorry. We do also owe one of these for the other night in Discord.
That's true. We do. You're right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes. Well,
Shout out, we didn't say this at the beginning, but shout out, by the way, to Murphy Pop Art.
yeah.
That's their handle.
Yeah.
For our beautiful new logo. We've been working on that the last couple of weeks with them, and it's very bright, and I love it very much. So again, I think let's see if I can try and hunt down their Twitter.
It's at Kawaii Not. Yeah, Megan Murphy does some really, really dope stuff. You might recognize some of her work from Q Times. I believe she did the Court of Corvids logo. I want to say it's the Court of Corvids logo. I'm pretty sure. And has done some like emotes and stuff over there. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks to Murphy Pop Art for this new logo. Also, maybe some other stuff coming from them soon. Maybe.
Who knows?
Possibly.
Who can say?
Possibly. Anyway, yeah. All right. So, I forgot how to end this stream. I just head empty today. I can't do anything. My brain just decided. Nah.
So you know that feeling when you're walking along the beach and you forgot your sandals, and so you're wearing socks and shoes, and just a little bit of sand gets in there, and then you have sand in your socks for months. If you are familiar with that feeling, join the Discord.
okay. I like what you did there, John. I like what you did there. Yeah. But which chord?
This is it. Is it perhaps? Oh, I don't have any. Thank you.
Is it Discord?
I see the chord intervention after Infinite Horizon was
I'm not going to dump them everywhere because that was a huge mess to clean up later.
There was a lot of screaming and shouting, a little bit of crying, mostly from me. Freeman threw a whole he managed to take like a whole folding chair and somehow threw it into the internet through the camera and managed to like wreck everybody's room, like all of us, the rest of the cast of Infinite Horizon, all wrecked by that. It was it just did not go well.
And I had like a really weird flip around where I like started balancing cucumbers, like about 10 or 15 of them all on my nose, and I just like was bouncing.
It was a weird night.
It was. And those cucumbers will never be the same. So F in the chat for cucumbers.
Anyway, join the Discord.
Join the Discord. We're not going to go through the whole spiel either, but we have, I believe, yes, that lovely little green bar down at the bottom of the screen is this month's donation goal. We're shifting away from doing subs because of all of the things that are happening on Twitch right now with hate raids and stuff like that. So that's a great way to support us directly if you enjoy what we're doing here tonight. If we hit that if that bar fills up by the end of the month, I will host a Jackbox Games in the Discord, and that will be an evening of wonderful, chaotic fun. So, toss a coin to your Twitcher. Let's see. Any other things?
Be sure to join the Patreon, or become a patron on the Patreon, I should say, rather. I will say one of my favorite things about it is that you can check out our tabletop tool chest, which is awesome. It's just a kind of a bi-weekly, as in like every other week, release of short lists containing tidbits of world building to use in your tabletop games. So we kind of come up with a little bit of a skeleton of narrative. We throw at you, and then you take it and insert it in your stuff. So it's really cool. I love that one thing.
Yep. Little reminder that normally we would have Mass Effect evening in the Discord tomorrow night, and we're not, as Lucas will not be around. But if you would like to, just come and hang out anyway, we can't stop you. So
I think this is also worth mentioning. Amethyst, which is Amethyst said, Steve from Blue's Clues said you look great, so don't let anyone tell you different.
That's right.
Correct.
That's right.
That's correct.
That's it. That's all we got.
Mhm.
If you have not heard, Infinite Horizon is back. Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. The latest episode, the first episode, the last first episode of, I'm going to keep saying that. The last first episode of Infinite Horizon went up on YouTube today. The podcast will be up on Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, I think is when I scheduled it. That's when that will be happening. That's what we got. So that's coming. We've got later this month. We have Republic City Rumble, our Avatar Legends game that we are working on, partnered with Q Times. 2 episodes over there, 2 episodes over here. It's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. But yeah.
I think that might be it. I think that is everything.
I think that is everything. Even though I have been sort of like a little shy about raids lately, I think I saw Shelby as a Nerd is streaming. Looks like Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Hell yeah.
Shell is very cool. We played Among Us with her a while back on Scriv's channel. Yeah. So we're gonna go raid. We've never raided her before. Let's do it.
Love it.
Thank you for coming to the stream. It's been lovely, as it has been, as always, as it has been these last few weeks, just chit-chatting with y'all, and for sharing your favorite your favorite and least favorite horror movies, and just generally chilling and vibing.
Maybe we aren't doing this. This is very unfortunate. Twitch is making me, or Streamlabs is making me sign into Twitch, and that's very annoying because of.
I think I can do it.
Can you? Okay, if you can do it, that would be fantastic.
I have channel editor privileges.
Hey.
I just.
Shelby is a nerd. It's all one word.
Nerd. Yep.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you, John.
All right. There we go.
Yeah, everybody, go say hi to Shelby. We're gonna go and say hey. Give her some rule of lore love. We will see you all hopefully next time for Infinite Horizon on Wednesday. That is the next thing we will be doing. But if not, we will see you the next time you decide to come roll with us. Good night and good zone, everybody.